What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content daily. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, I bit the bullet, and I have now entered in a significant DEC position. So, with the fall of DEC, I was just looking through trying to figure out how to still maximize the airdrop at this point. And as you saw in the video that I put out maybe a day or two ago, kind of looking at the new APR for DEC, that to me signaled, I think it was like 140 something percent APR, that the opportunity was just too good. Now, where does the risk lie? Well, the risk lies in the fact that at this point in time, DEC is roughly 2x above its peg. It's kind of dancing around 0.002. Sometimes it's a little above, sometimes it's a little below. But if we do expect DEC to go down to its peg, and I 100% do anticipate that DEC will go back down to its peg, that is a capital loss of roughly 25% if SPS were to remain the same. Now, I'm not going to pull up the calculator here, but just to give you the breakdown is that if we expect DEC to fall in value while the other asset that is in the liquidity pool with it, and for me that's SPS, remains the same, then essentially what I'm doing is I am reducing, I'll be doubling the amount of DEC that I have while reducing the amount of SPS that I have. So technically, the amount of DEC I have would probably double from this point, and the amount of SPS would reduce in half. Now, the total value of what I put in will come down by about 25%, but that is something that I'm willing to take a chance on, primarily because at 140% over the next 4 months, that to me represents a solid gainer opportunity, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be taking that SPS and immediately staking it. Now, I could have just bought the DEC and chosen to hold it, but one thing that I do want to call out, and there's been some of the Mavs and Matt Monarch posted a video about the liquidity pools as well, talking about how your risk here is mitigated. And for actually those folks who have been in liquidity pools this entire time, yes, the amount of your overall capital has come down significantly, but the amount of DEC that you own, and therefore the amount of airdrop points that you have over the remaining 120-ish days of the airdrop, is actually higher than it was before. So in a way, that loss is somewhat mitigated. Now, again, I know people have been screaming this from the mountaintops for a couple of weeks now, maybe even a couple of months. It's just never something that I wanted to get into. But now, given the new state of the market and the new information that we have from the last week's town hall, I feel much more comfortable. Obviously, the risk is still there, and it's not even risk at this point. I'm anticipating that I will lose out on the value of the DEC that I put in. But my hope is that I'll be able to recover that quite well with the SPS airdrop. Now, the thing is, where did this DEC come from? Well, I sold a bunch of packs on the secondary market. Now, what's the reason for this? Because it's not necessarily the move that I feel like I would have made, conservative little me over here. But I do feel like with pack sales being significantly slower, and as we see here, over the past 6 days, we're not even selling 10,000 a day. I mean, we're coming up to about 10,000 per day. There will be packs for a while. Now, that being said, I know I contradict myself a lot in the videos, but I'm trying to give you the information on why things could go one way or another. So yes, pack sales can increase after the airdrop, but until the end of the airdrop, I do believe that pack sales will probably be a little bit slower for the time being. I mean, as it stands, if we keep up this very, very slow pace of 10,000 packs per day, that's less than half, or that's about half of what I had initially anticipated or like calculated out in the video I put out last week, saying that our roughly estimated date to get the the first legendary summoner and the next airdrop would be mid-May. Well, at this point, it's essentially doubled, and now we're looking at the end of June, maybe even early July, which is kind of around when the the airdrop is going to end. So my hope is that I don't lose too much capital from this, and I'm able to go back and buy the packs as needed when, right back off the secondary market for a similar price. So that's the chance that I'm taking. Is it the right move? No, I don't know is the true answer. So I'm just letting you guys know. I try to be as transparent as possible here about what I've been doing. I've been very vocal about not getting into DEC or not holding DEC and not getting into the liquidity pools. But at this point in time, I did want to take a little bit of risk. To put some into the liquidity pools. Obviously, now with DEC being much lower, and I know I could have done this at 0.003 and my capital loss would have only been 66%. But for me at this point, I don't have the hopium that DEC is going to pump up in price, but I feel much more comfortable losing from this point. And if there is top line potential or, upside potential, and DEC does pump a little bit at some point, let's say there's a little bit of a market rally, which Bitcoin is kind of leading right now, but it seems as though Splinterlens is kind of completely decoupled from Bitcoin in the opposite direction. So I'm not gonna get super pumped about that, and and expect it. If it does happen, and I'll be very clear now, if it does happen and we see DEC go back up to like 0.0025, 26, maybe even 0.003, I'm telling you right now, I'm selling. I will liquidate my DEC position because I'm trying to get into this knowing that I was going to take a loss. If I can get into it and come away with an absolute gain while benefiting from the airdrop in the meantime, done, game over. I will find another way to play the airdrop from whatever that point ends up being. So if DEC and SPS potentially pump over the next, primarily DEC, but if DEC pumps over the next couple of weeks here, maybe next month or something, and there's still 3 months left in the airdrop, like I said, I would probably try to take some of it off the table, maybe even all of it off the table, and then figure out how I want to play the airdrop the next 3 months, because we do still have a considerable amount of time, but it will be coming to a close, and then the great reset will arrive. So that's all I have for you in this video today. Just wanted to share what I've been doing, what I've been up to, and where my thought process is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys are aping into DEC now, if you're still a little skeptical, or just how you're playing the whole thing. Would love to continue the conversation there. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Take care.